Hello and welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. Today we will get an update from Hillary Miller of the Friends of the Thomas Crane Public Library here in Quincy. First, though, we check out the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, it's cloudy, 42 degrees right now. Could see another pop-up shower throughout the day today, rather gray and damp with temperatures only in the mid-40s this afternoon. Tonight we dip down again into the mid-30s and could see some late night showers and or snow showers again overnight tonight, leading us into an unsettled weekend. I think tomorrow is pretty much a washout. We've got rain in the morning and then showers in the afternoon. We'll barely hit 40 degrees tomorrow. There could be some wet snowflakes mixed in again tomorrow morning and then again tomorrow night. For Sunday, we've got a lot of clouds and some pop-up showers. A little warmer with highs Sunday into the mid-40s. And of course, Monday will be really nice with sun and clouds, milder temperatures, and highs Monday climbing into the low 60s. Again, cloudy, 42 degrees in Quincy right now. Checking out the news for you today, Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch is sounding cautious about the city budget for the next fiscal year. Koch says fixed costs such as trash removal and negotiated contracts are already set. However, he says there are still many unknown costs going forward.
Speaking of inflation, we get some major items in the budget that are tricky each and every year, and that deciding, finding out what the increase will be. For example, rubbish disposal, pickup and disposal. That's always a moving target. Health insurance for employees and the retirees, always a moving target. And then of course energy and a lot of the lines, the way gas and everything has been this year, that's a moving target. I mean, the rest of it is pretty straightforward in that. Depending as I mentioned before, all the union salaries increases. Negotiations are starting to happen now because all of the contracts end June 30th on the city side. Some on the school side June 30th, and others on the school side end of August. For example, the teachers QEA. So, we're at the table now with a number of them, not all of them yet, but we'll be there. And then, of course, that part of the budget being dealt with on personnel will be determined by how we negotiate. We may have to take an estimate and put some money in reserve because I don't believe we'll have a whole lot of them settled before we present the new budget.
Now, the current city budget of $424 million was up $18 million over the last fiscal year. The mayor says he hopes to present the budget to the city council the first Monday in May. He says the city charter mandates that the budget be presented to the council 45 days before the start of the next fiscal year on July 1st. The Quincy City Council has adopted 2 new ordinances that set the policy for future salary increases for the mayor and city councilors. The new rules tie any pay raises to the Consumer Price Index for our region. Proposals by Council President Ian Kane to also include an independent salary review committee and a public hearing for future salary increases were deleted from those ordinances. Kane says he's fine with that.
I guess the way that I look at it is the way that people input on things like, and again, this issue was long and it was drawn out and it was made into something that I don't think was actually about the issue itself, but was about personalities, And I think that, people have an opportunity to opine and to weigh in on these things at the ballot box, because especially when it's about personalities. So otherwise, I think that for the roles that are served and the people that, are elected to serve in these seats, this is a fine process.
Mayor Thomas Koch also says he supports those ordinances. As it stands, the mayor's annual salary of $285,000 takes effect in January of 2028. Councilors' annual salaries of $47,500 will take effect next January. Those salaries will then be adjusted every year based on the CPI and then reviewed every 5 years. Walter Hubley has announced his candidacy for the Ward 3 City Council seat here in Quincy. Hubley says that he's running for the seat being vacated by 10-year incumbent Ian Kane, who announced last week that he will not seek re-election this year. Hubley says his campaign will focus on putting residents first, transparency in government, and responsible development that respects the city's character and minimizes traffic impacts. Hubley co-founded the Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association and the Porch Fest Music Festival. He is a Quincy native, a graduate of Quincy Public Schools, and has a degree in business administration. He currently works for the Community Builders, which focuses on security and technology design for affordable housing across 18 states. Hubley's wife, Kathy, is a member of the Quincy School Committee. Construction is underway on a two-story, 20,000-square-foot addition to the Hale Family YMCA on Coddington Street in Quincy. Ground was broken recently on the new addition. It will provide space for a dedicated teen program space, a state-of-the-art gymnastics center, and a large-scale studio for health and wellness and adaptive programming. The project is part of the Y's ongoing Leave Your Mark capital campaign, which has already raised over $12 million for transformational projects across the South Shore. That addition is expected to be completed early next year. Now, members of the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office, along with hundreds of volunteers, recently canvassed neighborhoods in Weymouth, bringing veterans information about benefits, programs, and services that may help them and their families. The House to House for Heroes event last Saturday brought together people of all ages from all walks of life to support veterans. Mike Ramos from the Sheriff's Office praised the honorary chairman of that event, John Peruzzi, who sang the national anthem.
On this day, we honor all who served, while focusing our attention today on the veterans of Weymouth. We want to start by recognizing our honorary chair, Mr. John Peruzzi. Mr. Peruzzi, 92, is a U.S. Army veteran of the Korean War and a wonderful person. He was drafted into the infantry at the age of 20 and arrived in Korea just as the armistice was being announced. He spent the next 16 months in Korea helping to keep the peace while praying to get back to the love of his life, Lucille, whom he would marry when he returned. Mr. Peruzzi is proud of his service and thankful for all who have served. He lost friends in the fighting. Some of the names are on the Veterans Memorial in Weymouth. Mr. Peruzzi says he wanted to build a family in freedom after war, and he certainly has succeeded at that. He and Lucille raised 6 children, and they now have 21 grandchildren and 10 great-grandchildren. Mr. Peruzzi also spent 27 years as a church choir director in town, in addition to his work as a draftsman at the Fall River Shipyard. And he is a founding member of the North Weymouth Civic Organization. Please join me in a very loud round of applause for Mr. John Peruzzi.
The volunteers delivered packets containing information about housing and employment opportunities, information about the new HERO Act for veterans, and contacts for many veteran-based agencies. The Sheriff's Office held similar events in Quincy and Braintree last year. And upcoming House to House for Heroes events this year will be held in Canton, Walpole, and Foxborough. It's our check of news for you today. Coming up, Hillary Miller of the Friends of the Thomas Crane Public Library will be joining us for an update. That is next. Welcome back. Our good friend from the Friends of the Thomas Crane Public Library, Hillary Miller, is back to join us for an update this dreary April morning. Hillary, you're bringing bright sunshine to an otherwise gloomy day.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
You bet.
Yeah, so you can never have too many friends, and so it's always we really appreciate our friends here at QATV as well.
Likewise, yeah, it's a great relationship. We're happy to bring some good news to the folks about the Friends and about the library in general. It's been, I think last fall you were here last for an update?
I was, yeah. So it's been a number of months, changing of the seasons and all of that.
Yeah.
So happy to provide some updates on some upcoming programming we have, and happy to just chat about the Friends in general.
We should probably start there for folks who
Yeah.
might not be familiar. What is the Friends of the Thomas Crane Public Library, Hillary?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Friends of the Thomas Crane Public Library, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that is meant to support our library, our very special Thomas Crane Public Library, including all of the branches here in Quincy.
Right.
So we raise funds to support library programming, anything from concerts to the Cranium Maker Space, children's programming, so many of these different programs across all of our branches. So there are just many ways that we provide support and just advocacy for libraries as well.
Right, yeah, I think folks might not be familiar with, they just assume, because those programs are offered so often here in Quincy, that it's part of the overall city budget. It is not, it's extra, right? It's all extra.
It is,
Yeah.
and you have to, if you look very carefully on the events on the calendar, it will say sponsored by the Friends of the Library.
Right.
But yes,
But a lot
we're
of people
happy.
don't look at that.
I
you
know,
they
yes.
They just assume, so.
But we're happy to do that. Whether or not we're getting the recognition,
Yeah.
these are very important programs to support, although we certainly could use our own support so we can make these things happen
Yeah.
for the library.
Why is this so important to you personally, Hillary? What, this is a passion, obviously, for you.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Sure.
I've been a friend to libraries in general for a long time. Some of my earliest memories growing up are spending time in my public library in my small hometown in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And these are great places to get to have programming, have community.
Yeah.
And then I also have graduate degrees, so I spent a lot of time in libraries in general as I'm working through all of my degrees.
It's a great point. It's much more than just a place to go and get books and magazines and read newspapers. It's part of the community, especially in smaller areas, right? Smaller
Absolutely.
communities, yeah.
Yes.
So it's good to point that out, I think, and make it an important part of people's lives. The Friends, how many friends are there now here in Quincy?
So we actually have a couple of hundred people who are part of the Friends, and it's
Super.
very easy to join the Friends. You can never have too many friends.
That's right.
And we're always looking for more. And just by donating to the Friends of the Thomas Crane Public Library, you are a member and you are a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And donations go so far to be able to support these different programs that we offer. A couple of easy ways to
Yep.
join for people who are interested. You can go through the website. We do have a page on the Thomas Crane Library website. You can go right there and you can join online. There's also a paper form that you could fill out and send in that way too.
Okay.
And there are a number of benefits to being in the Friends, not just that good feeling you get when you're supporting your local library,
Right.
but you also do get access to our newsletter that comes out twice a year, and it's getting ready to come out. So friends should be looking for it in their inboxes pretty soon.
Okay.
So we'll have that coming up. You also get special Friends bookstore offers, access to those as well. And you also get an invitation to our annual meeting, which is held every spring.
Okay. How much does it cost to be a friend of the Thomas Crane Library?
This is the thing. Anymore, you can just sort of decide how much you'd like to
It's up to you,
donate. It's
yeah.
up to you and what you are able to give.
Yep. And what are the responsibilities of being a friend? Are there any kind of mandatory things that I have to do if I'm a friend?
No, that's the beauty
Okay.
of it. You can really decide how involved you would like to get. We do have a board. We do have an executive board that, if anybody's interested in that, they can certainly reach out to that. And we oversee various committees, such as the garden committee.
Oh.
It's getting to that time of the year where the gardens are starting to bloom here at the library.
Yes, yes.
And it doesn't happen on its own. It takes volunteers to be able to make something like that happen.
Okay.
So if anybody is interested in joining that committee, they could reach out to us through our email address
Oh.
that way too.
I didn't realize there was a special committee just for, I know that the Wollaston Garden Club helps to tend to some of the
Yes,
areas as well.
we really appreciate their help and support as well.
Sure.
But then we also have Friends volunteers
Oh,
as well.
I did not know that, so, all right. Well, the daffodils are up.
They are.
Crocuses are already gone. They've gone by already, so
Yes.
things are sprouting, yeah.
Certainly, and those daffodils are so bright and cheery on a dreary day like today.
Indeed, yes. What other committees do the Friends have?
Well, we also have our bookstore committee.
Yes.
So this is a really big undertaking.
Yep.
It takes 50 volunteers to have our bookstore open the 21 hours a week we're open
Does it
currently.
really? Wow.
So, and we can always use more volunteers. So anybody who's interested can certainly reach out to us through our email address and find out how to get involved. But yeah, we really appreciate our volunteers who make that possible.
Sure.
Because everything that we sell in our bookstore goes back to supporting programs at the library.
Probably the main source of funding, isn't it?
It is one of our, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I would think.
Yeah, that and our membership, the donations through membership.
Sure. What do you know what the current hours now are of the bookstore? I know it's
Yes,
expanded.
certainly,
Yeah.
it is. Yes, so we are currently open, a little different by each day, but
Okay.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 12:30 to 3:30 p.m.
Okay.
So afternoon hours those days. Closed on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays it's open 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and then 5 to 8 p.m.
So
those
Thursday
those
evenings, okay.
morning hours are great, especially if anybody's stopping by some of the children's programming
sure.
Thursday mornings.
Yep.
Stop on in then. We do also have Saturday hours as well, so it's open from 9:30 to 3:30 on Saturdays.
That's a good long time on a Saturday.
Yes, and that's at the main library.
Right,
So
yeah.
you could stop in during those hours. The bookstore is just off of the atrium. But we do now have a pop-up bookstore up at the North Quincy branch
What?
too. Exactly.
Oh, this is breaking news.
Yes,
Okay, you do
so-
tell. I'd heard about this.
So it's just a smaller selection up there at North Quincy, pretty much accessible when the North Quincy branch is open,
Oh, okay.
but has the same great prices that
Okay.
we have over at the main bookstore at the main
Oh,
library.
very good.
Yes,
Okay.
and this time of the year, we talked about the gardens already.
Yeah.
We are featuring gardening books this spring,
Mm-hmm.
so people getting ready with their green thumbs to get out there and garden. In April, they're also offering 10 mass market books for $1, so great prices there.
Yeah.
And buy one, get one free art books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a great time to check out the bookstore
Very
for
much
sure.
so, yeah. When did the North Quincy bookstore open?
It's been very recently,
Oh, okay.
yes. So
Okay.
something that they've been trying out, and it's been successful so far.
Well, folks, if haven't been to the North Quincy branch lately, it underwent a major transformation over the past couple of years, so it really looks great. It's a complete remodel of what it was.
Yes, and it's worthwhile to stop at every one of our
Oh, for sure.
branches and check
Yes.
them out and see what's going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Adam Shore branch just celebrated their 55th anniversary or something like that. So there's a lot going on for sure.
Definitely. Now, we
Yes.
do have these wonderful bookstores. We could use donations
Okay.
as well. And I'm talking donations of the items to sell in those stores.
Right.
So anything from gently used books, CDs, DVDs, items like that we could sell in our bookstores, including in our new tween section in the bookstore too.
Okay.
So also accepting those. Our website though has a full listing of what we accept and what we do not accept.
Okay.
So things like encyclopedias and textbooks, things like that.
Okay. Well, those things are dated, unfortunately. You know,
Yeah.
they expire very quickly these days, and folks just don't use them anymore, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although sometimes they're fun to look through.
They're a lot of fun to look through, and they make a great coffee table display too.
Exactly.
For sure. Can you make donations during the same hours that the bookstores are open?
Yes.
Okay.
At the main branch, you can make donations in the atrium. Pretty much
Okay.
anytime the library's open.
Oh,
If
okay.
you have like a larger donation that you'd like to bring by, you can get details on our website to tell you how to donate.
Oh, okay. So
donate
you don't
that.
have to wait for the store to open. You can just-
Exactly. Anytime anytime the library's open,
library's
drop
open.
off those donations.
Okay, very good. Back to the newsletter for a sec. So it's just an electronic version?
Mostly,
It is,
yes.
okay.
Fortunately, we do have email addresses for many of our members,
Yeah.
so it'll be hitting their electronic, their email inboxes pretty soon.
Okay, very good. You mentioned your annual meeting. It's coming up, right?
It is. It is just around the corner. So this year it is going to be on Tuesday, May 6th.
Okay.
So there are two parts to this.
Oh, okay.
At 6:30 p.m., there will be the Friends Annual Meeting, which is our business meeting. Everybody's welcome to attend,
Okay.
whether or not you're a friend, although members are granted voting privileges.
Okay.
And then at 7:00 p.m., that's when our special program begins. Now, all of this will be in the Richardson Building
Oh, nice.
at the main library.
Okay.
So we do have a special speaker coming
Yeah,
this
please
year.
do tell, yeah.
Yes, Linda Coombs is a member of the Aquinnah Wampanoag at Martha's Vineyard,
Hmm.
and she is going to be coming to talk about the discovery of America from the perspective of the New England indigenous nations.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so she wrote a book called Race to the Truth, Colonization and the Wampanoag Story.
Hmm.
So she's going to be talking about that process of writing that book. She's going to be talking about the history of Massachusetts indigenous nations. And also, a lot of her work focuses on communicating accurate and appropriate representations of the Wampanoag and other indigenous peoples.
Fascinating.
So it's going to be a wonderful program. We're going to learn a lot during that. And that part of that begins at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, May 6th. This is free to attend.
Okay.
Anybody can attend. You don't have to have an advance reservation.
Okay.
Just show up to the Richardson Building and join us for a great evening.
Okay, very good. And I'm assuming there may be some books available during that presentation afterwards?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I believe she's also willing to sign the books as well.
Okay, very good. That's great to hear. I had not heard about that event, so that's good to know. Excellent. And might be a good incentive to become a friend right now if you wanted to attend the meeting.
Attend the meeting,
Yeah.
or even if you're just thinking about becoming a friend, come to the meeting, see what we're all about, see what we're up to, and ask us any questions.
Absolutely. We should ask about, it's Quincy 400, of course, this year, as you're well aware.
Yes.
From your day job.
Yes.
Anything that the Friends have planned in special for Quincy 400?
So the library has an amazing array of programming that they have
Unbelievable.
put together.
Yeah.
Right, it's incredible that they've put together for Quincy 400, and we are happy to support their efforts as much as we can.
Absolutely. They've had a bunch of lectures already. They have more planned. There's some children's events, I know, coming up even just this weekend. There's a children's concert on Sunday. Friends supported, I'm sure.
Yes.
So folks should really check out the calendar of events. Then summer.
Summer's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's going to be happening.
So we're looking ahead to summer.
Yep.
You will be able to find us, the Friends and the library, at the farmers markets this summer, which are going to
okay.
be on Fridays over at Kilroy Square.
Yep.
So stop by our table, learn a little bit more about us, and just support the libraries there too. The after hours event
Yes.
is going to be coming up as well. I know we like to talk about those
Well, they're all
here.
fun, yeah.
They are. So they're still working out the details
Okay.
of when that will be, but we are anticipating that the summer after hours event, which is a 21 plus event,
Right.
will be held in June.
Okay.
And they're looking at sort of a Midsummer Night's Dream theme.
Oh,
or
really?
Midsummer,
Okay.
thinking about summer that way. So that's always a really great time with food and drinks and activities for anybody who's 21 plus.
Okay, all right. That sounds like fun. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe
Yes.
a lot of Shakespeare-themed outfits. So
Yeah, perhaps, yeah. It's always fun to. We like a theme, don't
yes.
we?
Okay. Are those just for friends? Or is
No,
that-
that's
those are
open to the public.
for
Anybody
anybody.
who would like to come, there's really no admission fee for it. However, you can support the Friends through making any purchases while you're there.
Well, right, and as you said, it's a 501c3 nonprofit, so
Exactly.
donations are all tax deductible as well. And this is at the main branch, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think they're hoping to try for an outdoor event for that after-hours event. The weather has to cooperate for that, and it hasn't always
But
cooperated.
certainly not lately. Yeah, let's hope things change by then for sure.
We'll hope so.
We are speaking, Hillary, during National Library Week
Yes.
this week. Yeah.
Happy National Library
same
Week.
to you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes, so pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. This is a week that was developed all the way back in 1958, and it is run by the American Library Association. And it's really just to draw attention to libraries and the amazing things that they do for our communities, finding ways to support those. And during National Library Week, people are encouraged to visit their libraries, and we certainly hope people do that. Encourage a friend to get a library card. So if you have a library card, get your friend to get one too, or go in together and get your library cards. And just browse the shelves, attend a program, and certainly we have many programs here at our library that we can use to celebrate National Library Week.
Certainly.
Now the theme this year though is Drawn to the Library. So I think about art, but also just coming in and being part of that community in the library as well.
Okay. Do folks still have physical library cards?
They do.
Really?
They do. And actually, the library recently has been updating some of the look of those cards as well. So
Okay.
they can kind of becoming, I feel like, a little bit of a collector's item too. And I know me, I've been a member of different libraries through the years, and I have
Yeah.
all of my library cards,
Is that
so I
right?
get to enjoy them.
Yeah. Now, being a member, having your library card gets you access not only to the Thomas Crane, but all libraries in that network. Isn't that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, and even beyond that too.
Okay.
I mean, Thomas Crane Public Library has access to interlibrary loan services from beyond our local library. Our local library network and then beyond.
Right.
So really you have access to so many different materials, both physical materials and also electronic materials as well.
Absolutely. Just through the website alone, there's many online databases that folks can access, magazines that they can read for free, different websites they can visit for free, music they can download for free. So there's a lot available for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Anything else we should let folks know about?
Well, one thing coming up is that I brought my trusty Friends of the Library mug with me again today.
I remember the last
and
time.
just to tell people that.
There we go.
Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. So, coming soon, library merch. Maybe not exactly like this.
Oh, you've got an exclusive. Okay.
I know, this is exclusive for me. Just for you, so we can enjoy that here together.
Yes.
This
Yes,
mug.
cheers.
Yes, yeah, cheers there. But library merch coming soon.
Okay, at the bookstore?
Certainly, at the bookstore.
Okay.
That's the plan. So we're still working out the details of that and the designs, but I know I'm very excited about it
Very
personally.
good. All right. And the funds will go towards the Friends?
Supporting the Friends and then supporting the library.
Excellent. Great to see you, Hillary, as always.
Oh, good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Please come back.
Oh, certainly.
All right, we'll get another update. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Just enough time to take a look at the forecast for you for the rest of the day today. Kind of what you see is what you get out there. It's gray, it's damp, it might shower. Temperatures only in the mid-40s, mid-30s again tonight. Chance for some more wet snowflakes. Very unsettled tomorrow. Rain in the morning, showers in the afternoon. Barely 40 degrees. Kind of windy tomorrow too, just nasty. Good day to go to the library. Clouds and showers around here on Sunday, and really nice on Monday with temperatures in the low 60s, of course. Thanks again to Hillary Miller for joining us from the Friends of the Thomas Crane Library.
Thank you.
Thanks to our crew. Thank you for watching. Speaking of Monday, here on the show, we'll learn about the Quincy College Foundation. Meantime, you can visit our website. It's qatv.org. All of our latest programs are there. There's news, information, video on demand, live streaming, and much more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great weekend.